Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. My Friday funnies. I hope you like my sense of humor. All right. So the last episode, we had an issue with traffic. I thought I would fix things with the roads, and that just made it all worse. I kind of had a feeling it would. It's transportation we have to worry about. And by that, the game means trains, subways, and buses. We still have our poop soup here. I don't think this method is working at all. I don't see a change. And I looked up vanilla city skylines sewage, and there were 3 articles that were at the top, and the 2 I read both said that the best way to clean up was using DLC. So that's no help at all. Anyway, I don't know if any of you in the last episode noticed this, but I put the wrong road down. This is one way, and I had a 2-way road, so there, it's all fixed. Everybody's going in the right direction. Yay. Oh, that looks pathetic, doesn't it? But it works, so I guess that's okay. I have them going in both directions now. Yay. Alright, so I figure we should start maybe with buses. And I learned that you need a terminal, and that the bus line doesn't have to start at the terminal. The buses will come out and go to the routes that you put down. But I stink at placing routes. And I'm probably in SimCity 5 mode. So that's why I'm having a hard time adjusting to it done in this game. Apparently, if you make a stop going all around your city, well, stops all around your city, you have to make return paths. And that's kind of weird because all it is one side of the street over the other. And I guess there's no jaywalking allowed in city skylines, which is kind of cool. It's dangerous to jaywalk, but anyway. You have to create return paths for buses. Now here, I kept trying to go underground. I know I messed this up. Maybe I could have done it a little bit nicer, but I remembered how to go underground, and that's just hitting the, what is it, page down key on your keyboard. So I fixed that, and then you go in and you put the, I don't know what these things are called, stations? Subway stations where people go down to catch the train. So I dotted those around the place, and I'm not sure why nobody's happy about it. I will assume that they're noisy, but they're also extremely necessary, right? So I'm not sure. I don't know how to get this white to disappear. I'm sure that's another mod, but I can't see where I'm placing these things. So all I'm looking for is open space. I don't know if I'm putting it next to a house or commercial, and I'd rather they were with commercial. So I'm sure nobody wants a subway terminal. Is that the right word? Subway, whatever, the little box that goes down into the ground. I'm sure nobody wants one next to their house. So I tried to remember where I put my commercial, and that's difficult because I think I mentioned it earlier. I dotted it. Like I interspersed my commercial with my residential, and I don't quite remember where it all went. And I can't see it on this map. All I see is gray. So that might be why you're getting sad faces, but I do see the orange circle, and apparently, if I'm getting this correctly, the orange circle shows the amount of noise pollution being created. I could be wrong, but if that's the case, then yeah, I guess they would be a little upset. But I'm trying to alleviate traffic. It's pedestrian. Well, I guess it would be pedestrian and residential traffic. It has bunched up in this neighborhood. and I can't figure out a way to get it to stop. So I figured adding bus routes and the subway might help. Now, I know I didn't do a great job. I know for a fact that I did not do a fantastic job on this. But this, well, it is practice. See, it just goes around the whole thing. And that's probably wrong. I figure if somebody living at one end wants to get to the other end, they'd hop on the subway, right? And then just get off at the stop that they want to get off at. And then get back on to go home. Because it goes in a whole loop. But I guess not. So I'm going to have to go back in and rearrange things, fix things up, make them a little prettier. But also so that it makes better sense in-game. I have to get rid of SimCity 5 notions in my head. Because it's not working here. It took me the longest time to find this. It's like, well, I have all the tracks down, but how do I get the route going? And I had no idea how to find it. So lucky me, I clicked on the right button and there it was. So I did not return loop this. I didn't think it was necessary, but I think you have to. But I mean, I'm going to go back. I'm going to try and pretty this up as best I can, but it connected. And I know it's only going one way, but again, does it matter if you're waiting at one subway terminal, you hop on the train, when it stops at your destination, you get off. And when you want to go home, you just hop back on where you were and it'll take you home eventually, yes? Do you need them going in the opposite direction? I think what's best with subways in particular, although this doesn't make sense to me, but I have seen it done. You loop around districts and only those districts, and that makes no sense to me because I thought a person living in one district wants to get to another district, they would take the subway or a bus. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. So I did find paths last time as well, and that is good. Maybe I should start putting some pedestrian paths around. But what I did to compensate for my ignorance, yay, I got it working, the train runs. I did it. Anyway, I put down a lot of roads that had sidewalks on them. And I hope that that's helping. But I would like to get some paths and parks and just pretty the place up a little. So this is my absolutely convoluted bus route. It's a mess. But I think I did this a little bit too SimCity 5. I just punked them down where I think that they're necessary. I did give them a return route, but I did not go over to, well, yeah, I did go to industry. Yeah, I took them straight over to the other side, but it's only one route, and I think that's bad. This is probably where you would need loops in districts, but I don't know. I assume the bus should go all over the place. And just because you have to start here and go all the way over there, you know, that's your problem, not everybody's problem. But again, I'm sure I'm wrong about that. I don't know. So I do bring it across to the industrial side. I'm not sure I went down to farming and ore, but I don't know that it really matters all that much. So they at least get through industry. And again, this is practice. Trial and error for me. I don't quite know what I'm doing here, but I'm trying. Honestly, I think I'm getting it now. I think it's starting to make sense to me, but as I've mentioned, that doesn't always work. Because what I get one minute, I forget in the next. And that's bad. And it got botched up here somewhere, and I don't quite know where. But this line crosses itself, and I know it shouldn't do that. But again, I don't remember what I did. I'm just looking for the blue dots and connecting on the other side of them. But here it got really screwed up, see? wait a minute, how come it's going down that street? Oh no. But I didn't care. I just had it cross. But I will fix it up, I promise. It looks horrible. I'm just hoping that it fixes our traffic problem. See, so then I said connect. I don't think I've ever done that before. It's like, oh my gosh, it worked. It actually worked. Let's see if the buses come out. There they are. I didn't go in to see how many buses there are, how many people are using them. I think it's a little too early for that yet. But there are people waiting, so that's a cool thing. I'm glad. Let's just check to see if the traffic has cleared up even slightly. Maybe it's too early for that as well. Well, all right. So that middle road is doing better. Thank you so much for watching this, sticking with me to the end, and supporting my channel. Like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves, and have a wonderful day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.